did it again. I was like so into the intro, I forgot to bring everybody back to the main stage. I did that last time. Dang
I
it.
was eating my M&Ms, man. You could have taken longer.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm Ray from STG. As you can see, we are on Maestri and Ord server tonight, and we are playing a game that we started many moons ago, and conflicting life problems. But here we are, going for it again. This is episode 2 of the Machinations of Midnight. Now, if you liked that new intro that we just did and the song, I actually got that from a person called Luis, and I know the last name is probably made up, but it's Luis Humanoid. So definitely,
All right.
definitely, I'll provide their link so that you can check out their music. They got a lot of cool variety, free to use, of course. Yeah, just giving them a quick shout out. It didn't even say I had to do that, but I want to. As far as STG is concerned, feel free to check out our link tree, follow along with all of our collaborators. MA is one of them, and we are happy to be doing this wonderful show for them and on their server, and it's going to be great. My usual stuff doesn't apply here, like the channel rewards and stuff like that. I don't even know what their chaos points allow you to buy.
A lot
of that doesn't
tofu.
really apply to our game, but that's okay.
Make it work.
We'll make it work. It's less I have to worry about. Does Maestri and Ord also have? Do they have dice commands?
No.
Not really.
Hey, we got a D6 command. So throughout the night, I'm going to need some helpful die rolls from chat, and I will say, chat, give me a roll. You type !D6, and it'll roll a D6. I'll use that probably against the players. Let's be real here, but maybe for them.
Shucks.
Apparently, I'm a lot more efficient than I thought I was.
You get everybody set up.
I didn't even know I had done that.
Real quick, before we jump into our game and kind of do a quick tiny recap, let's go around the oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, it's so tiny.
He's being a menace, yes.
Let's go around the table here. Yeah, the names are kind of hard to see in the intro. That kind of is poopy. I'll do something about that. It's because of the smoke effect where it like kind of wafts in and then goes away. I don't know. Anyway, I'll fix that up. Let's go around the table and introduce who we are and the characters we're playing tonight. So I'm going to pass it over to Leviathan first.
Hello there. My name is Leviathan, and I am playing Hercule Hughes. He's a Twilight-aged professor of sorts, professor of procurement, maybe, if that's what you want to say. But he's sort of forgetful sometimes, as you may have seen in the last episode. But I'm sure there's going to be many more antics going forward with that. So, yeah, I'll pass it over to Crow.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, was not really expecting that, but I never do anyways. Hello, I'm Crow Starkmaven, and tonight I'm playing Arlen Scora, a journalist with a bit of a devious side. And never call me a pigeon. You will pay for it with your teeth. Yeah, that's it for me. So, Tofu, you're next.
No, I don't want no pigeon. You guys don't know that song?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay, so I'm Tofu, and I'm a millennial, and back in my day, there was a song that said, I want no scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
And I want no pigeon was the response to that song. So feel free to look it up. It's an actual song. So,
we'll have to post that in the music club on the Discord server, just so everybody.
Yes.
I just remember because we had a bunch of guys sing that to me and my friends in the cafeteria during my high school year. And then they had the response, so then we had to sing back to them. So yeah, that's the only reason why I remember and know that song.
That is some High School Musical shit.
Yeah.
Yes, very much
but
so.
I'm Tovu, and I will be playing Bethany Bingo Bango today. And she is a sharpshooter who just wants to eat and nap. That's really all she wants to do. So if she can do her sharpshooting from wherever she's napping at, that's what she prefers. And that's a mood. I think everybody wants that.
Yep.
And while I have the floor, I also want to remind everyone that here on Maestri and Nord, for Dark Domain, they will be doing a Digimon game. They are looking for players, I believe, still. And so if you are interested in playing in the Digimon, I think it's a mini campaign. I don't think it's a very long one, but I don't think it's a one-shot either. Just join Maestri and Nord's Discord, and that way you can get more information and talk to Dark Domain about joining in the Digimon game. And then I will send it over to Leetwood.
Hi, I'm Leafwind. I play here, have played here a couple of times in a couple of the campaigns, mostly find on here once or twice on Shattered Tabletop, I believe, and Dark Domain. But I'll be playing our resident lurk, Bramdrig, the Southern Gambler, of unfortunately not very persuasive beings, but we're working on it. And I will hand it back to our Chaos Sovereign for tonight.
Sweet action. I'm Ray. I will be running this wonderful game this evening to the best of my ability. We're all still kind of learning the rules and how this all goes together. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to be the bearer of bad news, and I'm pretty sure the Digimon game is filled up. But that is going to be on the Wednesdays that normally Veil of Blood happens. But until Megs comes back, it will be Digimon. So yeah, enjoy that. It's going to be a good show. But Dark Domain is looking for other peoples. I think they're still trying to fill up a Pacific Rim game. So if anybody's interested in that, I think they're still looking for 4 players. Yeah. So anyway, let's jump into things, shall we? Turn up our ambiance. When we last left our intrepid criminals. That's right, criminals, because in Blades in the Dark, there are no heroes. Only people who are just trying to get by and make a little coin. In this world filled with darkness and steam, a lightning bubble protects the city mostly from demons and ghosts and things like that, and it is fueled by the blood of the leviathans that roam in the dark, blackened waters of the sea. Our camera zooms in on a very nondescript, easily passed swinging book sign, like to a bookstore. It kind of creaks in the wind, goes through some dusty windows. There's a kid kind of like sweeping the floor, but not really doing a very good job of it. And it kind of goes through a doorway, down some stairs, and through another secret door that's hidden by shelves in the wall. And this is where we encounter our players, sitting in their hideout, discussing which of the 2 jobs they're going to take for today. So I turn it over to you, players. With the information that we discussed in the pre-stream, you can discuss what you would like to do for this session.
Well, I'd say Bram is probably sitting back in a chair, leaned back on 2 legs with his feet up on a stool, playing with a deck of cards, and Look, I really think we should help out Skurlock. He's got a bunch of connections, and the painting sounds like a little bit of a wild goose chase in the first place, and it's supposed to do weird shit. I'd rather stay away from anything that's weirder than snatch and grab. It just seems like it'd be the safer option.
You mean going into the Church of Flesh?
Yeah, it's
to retrieve
church.
the Echo Heart is not as ridiculous sounding as a painting that's a little odd.
Oh yeah, it's church. It's full of holy men. What are they going to do?
I don't care either way, considering that my past romantic relationships, weird is not something that I'm not used to. I mean,
I did not need to know what goes on in your bedroom, Bethany, but thank you.
Right.
That's a lot.
That's some 1499 shit.
Well, I suppose what I would suggest is whatever the quickest and most lucrative option would be. So what do we think would be the easiest and fastest way to make the most money?
Yeah, what was he saying? 7 coins? Something like that?
7 is more than 5.
6 coins. Skurlock said 6 coins, and we get some more books for the bookshop. On top of the 6 coins. So
That's
right.
at least worth a coin in savings, isn't it?
a coin or 2, depending on the books I manage to nab. Well,
Depending
not
on the
nab.
quality.
Not from him. I'm not nabbing them, but you know.
I mean, we could. Nothing saying
No,
we can't
it's
double cross.
best not to. It's best not to. Wait. We'll still get enough books.
That's fair.
But yeah.
Church of Flesh. I'm still stuck on this word here, flesh.
I mean, truly.
Do we know anything about the Church of Flesh? Because personally, I don't, but
I would never go to a service that is claiming to have the word flesh in it, but
as my time as a journalist, Ray, would I be able to know a little bit more about the Church of Flesh?
We can try to give it a roll.
Okay, cool.
oh boy,
breaking the seal.
Oh boy. Character sheet. So I think study would probably be appropriate.
Study I can do. I have 2 dice in that.
Wow.
Here we go.
Then I don't know what other what you chose for your special ability, but maybe that'll come in handy in some way.
did you roll 2 ones?
No.
Damn.
I rolled a 1 and a 6.
Hey!
Oh, all right.
There we go.
So yeah. I don't
All
think
right.
I really need anything else for that.
Nah.
All right. So this particular church, it only lets in very specific people. Like you kind of have to be part of the club.
Lord.
By invitation only kind of thing. But from what you have picked up in your times abroad, is that the church is equal parts cathedral, clinic, and charnel house.
Oh.
what kind of house?
Charnel house. Sort of like a morgue, dead flesh.
Yeah.
Only they're not prepping the bodies; they're just holding them. I think.
Yeah, it's basically like a building or like somewhere where they just stack up corpses and bones. They just pile them
Yeah,
up.
of course.
You know, the usual.
The usual, nothing odd there.
I'm trying to think. What is it in Paris? where they have
That's
the catacombs.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
catacombs.
The skulls are stacked up in there as well.
That's sort of what they refer to.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never known that it was called a charnel house.
I think
And
there's
now
other
we
connotations.
know.
I think there's other connotations with something called a charnel house, but
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't think those apply here.
Anywho, so I'm assuming, Crow, you share this information with us?
Yes.
Or Arlen does?
Yes,
Yeah.
I share. I share the information.
That sounds pleasant.
I suppose we
know,
need to
right?
get our hands on one of these invitations, then, no?
Well, we don't know if they're brought in by invitation or if they're brought in by some other means, like they know somebody or they know somebody who knows somebody.
It's true.
Think of how people get in contact with us.
They don't.
Exactly.
Well, I suppose maybe do we tail somebody that's going there?
It's worth a shot.
See what they do?
There's a secret handshake or a password for this month or something.
Yeah.
You wouldn't hurt to scope out the area, anyways.
Well, until we get more information on that one, should we just go ahead and work on the cart then?
Well, if you three want to go start working on the painting, maybe I think you could probably handle that, and I could scope out the church. I like to think I can stick to the shadows.
What happens if you have to
Run?
try to convince somebody to do something?
I run.
Okay.
I run like my ass is on fire.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, naturally, you really can't convince much of anybody.
Admittedly, my previous efforts were lackluster.
Fair enough, and I was not willing to help.
I
having
believe
been
in you,
called a
old bean.
pigeon.
That means a lot.
The pit, yeah.
So for one of the things that you can do in Blades in the Dark is called a flashback. And during flashbacks, you can try to have like a quick scenario where you obtained, something like a passphrase or like something that you needed to like a key of some sort or like a copy of a key, something like that.
Yeah.
But basically, so for 0 stress, it's just an ordinary action for which you had an easy opportunity. If you spend 1 stress, you can do a complex action or an unlikely opportunity. Or for 2 or more, you can do an elaborate action that involves special opportunities or contingencies.
So would this be a 2 stress or a 1 stress?
Depends on what you want to try and do. If you are wanting to do a flashback where you did tail somebody and like got the passcode, got the the required clothing needed and all that, yeah, I would say that was 2 stress.
Well,
Yeah, I could spend it.
I could possibly as well. I mean, I do have some
Well,
things
we're-
I can do.
yeah, if we're talking about getting specific clothing, specific passphrases, it might be better if you get the passphrases and I get the clothing.
It's divide and conquer. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I beat the pretty face. You grab the things.
works for me.
Okay, so for Arlen, you're going to make a sway roll. And
All
then for Bram, you said you're trying to like get your hands on some clothing and stuff.
Most likely robes or whatever else they use as vestments to
Right.
enter the church.
So are you trying to get them like from someone, or are you trying to just like get into the church and sneak them out, or how are you trying to get them?
I would say I'm looking for if they have some kind of like laundry service or something like that, like they send them out to get cleaned, or if they've got like somebody going in and out that's particularly out of it, if I can convince them to sell it, something like that. Or if I could just take it off of them.
Just punch them.
Yeah, just dink.
That's always an option.
Right. So I will say that there is a laundry service that you are able to you see them like kind of hauling it out and putting it on a wagon. So your choice is to either knock the person out and steal the robes, or just try to steal them without harming anyone.
I would probably go for the non-violent option.
Okay.
I'm a little bit more stealthy than I am combative.
Perfect. Let's go with prowl.
Prowl. I have 2 dice in that.
Prowl.
Okay, that's a 1 and a 5. That's good enough.
Tight. Okay, Arlen, what'd you get?
I didn't roll yet because I would like to add cloak and dagger to this.
Okay.
As a form of covert misdirection, telling whoever it is I'm aiming to persuade that I intend to join the Church of Wonderful Flesh.
Okay. Of all the things you never think you'd say in your life.
It had to be said, I guess. Alright. Sway, right?
Yep.
Cool. I get 3 dice. A 5 and 2 1s. So the 5.
Okay.
All right. Fantastic. So
Okay.
between the two of you, Arlen, you get a very simple coin. It looks like a normal, like everyday coin, except they have completely defaced this thing to basically be their own insignia. And this is like your entrance ticket, basically. Bram, you are able to loot 5 robes without anyone detecting. They do smell incredibly heavily of body odor and fluids, but
Fluids.
When you say fluids, do you
There's
mean
a lot of
fluids?
things a lot of fluids out there.
Tell me we're not going to have to clean off
Water.
all white stains.
It could be water.
could be water, could be ammonia, it could be
Chloroform? Is this like
chloroform,
Fine.
ether. I mean,
We'll have Liam wash it.
Greg, watch these.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Peter can wash it. Yeah.
Poor kid.
right away, sir. Right away.
God, I had to carry those through half the city.
He takes off to like the little laundry basin and starts washing them up.
Scrubbing them.
Yep.
Arlen kind of magic trick puts the coin in between 2 fingers and is showing it to the others. I have an entrance.
Oh.
What a horrible thing to do to a perfectly good coin.
I know, but at
That's
least it gets
That's
us
illegal,
in.
isn't it? Oh, wait a minute.
Adulteration of currency?
They've
People know
definitely like filed just a little bit off each coin, you know.
Are we even sure that's really real? I'm gonna grab it out of Arlen's hands and like bite down on it.
Bend
Try
it
not
real
to bite
quick.
Even if
too
it's
hard,
gold.
darling.
It is a real coin. Like,
Can I have that back?
do I have Bethany roll to break teeth?
Hmm.
Not break teeth, but I'll like wipe it real quick and then give it back to Arlen.
Nice.
Thank you.
Like, how much like England are we?
How rotten are our teeth? Great.
I'm sure that's probably an old thing. They probably have great dentists now. So that brings us back to the present. What's his name brings in all the robes from hanging out in the back, so nobody saw that you had them. They're not perfectly tailored to fit you all, but I mean, they're robes. They're like, if you can
Good
think
job,
of
Phil.
like a Catholic
job.
service kind of robe going on.
Yes.
Like that's kind of what it looks like.
Good job, Phil. These don't smell like shit anymore.
Yes.
Some of the
Yes, thank you, Charlie.
Some of the fluids were terribly hard to get out, sir.
Well, blood is one of those stubborn stains.
Yes,
You did
blood. Yes, let's go with that. I'm gonna go sweep now. And he just like starts walking off.
Traumatized.
You might want to use the rest of the water from that laundry tub and get yourself a little rinse down too.
Oh, I suppose it is that time of month.
That
In the-
time of month, I just
Is
go
monthly
clean
wash?
off, darling.
We
Just
don't
go
need him
clean
to be
off.
washing more than once a month. He might get a cold.
Wait, are you making him wash with the water he cleaned the fluids into? The unknown
Yeah.
fluids?
That's what I understood.
That's a great way to save money. That's a wonderful thinking.
Have become
The water's
immune to
already
all kinds of
soapy.
things.
It's
I
already soapy water. We don't need him wasting any more of our water and soap.
cannot stand here. One moment. Arlen goes off, and she is in a big time rush. She's like rolling up sleeves, taking off the half cape, laying it like on a counter or like on a shelf somewhere, and like she's getting this poor boy clean water
Oh
And-
man.
and like
That's
clean
coming out of
soap
your
and all
own
that.
pocket, Arlen.
I know
That's coming out of our-
it is. Shush.
Crap.
This boy is not washing the same stuff he washed his clothes in. And shush. Let me have this. And she is just rushing off, and she's like, clean off with this water. Hand me the other water, and I'll take care of that for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're
He-
welcome.
He goes about actually getting clean. There is a whole child under there.
Uh-huh. And Arlen's just dealing with the rest of the dirty water carefully before she comes back, putting her sleeves back to normal, getting her half cape back on, and she's just, the whole time like, I can't believe everyone I cannot be living like this.
You all see what's his name out in the back, in the basin. He's just
Yeah.
like throwing water on himself and everything. Like the dirt is streaking down. Like he's just that filthy. Yeah, and when he gets done and everything, he like, steps out, like takes the towel, looks at it for a second, and then just like starts shaking violently to get all the water off of him.
Oh.
And then like puts the towel over his shoulders and walks back inside.
I give him a head pat.
Who are you?
Much better.
People just
Much
walk in these
better.
days.
You look amazing. How do you feel?
I feel clean, a little lighter.
There you go.
And with the generosity of Arlen's fresh water, consider that your pay for the week.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yay, goody.
We are getting
Finally, I
nowhere.
have something to drink. And he like runs back out. He's like scooping it with his hand.
No, not to drink, not to drink. Just to keep yourself clean. Oh, because I don't want him sick. Don't need to clean.
He like
Don't
spits
need
it
that
back
all
up.
over the shop.
Oh goodness.
This shop needs so much work.
You mean
I-
you mean I can take 2 baths this week?
Maybe save it for next week. We don't want you catching a cold.
Oh, right. Well, chores to do. Feeling refreshed.
Good for you.
And he goes
for-
back to, half-assing his chores.
All right. I suppose we should prepare ourselves then. I'll don the
Yes.
the old garb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just past my knees. I got a lot of legs showing underneath my.
Mine almost scrapes the ground.
Well, perhaps we
Uh,
should switch.
We
Mine
switched. It's the
magically
exact
looks
same.
Right on me.
Somehow it's the exact
All right.
same.
Or
Bram's
are
not
we-
tall, by the way. He's on the shorter side.
Oh. Yeah.
Like 4 feet, like Napoleon, or like
Yeah.
No, like 5'4", something like that. 5'4", 5'5".
oh, okay.
Uh, that's not too terrible.
But that's also coming from someone who's fine. Yeah, Bethany puts hers on, and it almost looks like it was made for her.
Let's see.
I have questions.
Yes.
What?
Wait a minute.
Guys, look, it's embroidered with my initials and everything.
Bethany, is there something you're not telling us?
It's got BB on the chest.
You know,
Oh, there you go.
at some point when I heard it was like a place of flesh, I thought it was supposed to be a different place. So
Oh my.
One of my exes
I
got
see.
me into it. It was the whole thing.
You should have led
Fair
with
enough.
that in the first place.
I didn't want to bring that memory up. Yeah. He wanted to like pray and everything. I was like, you know what? I don't think we're gonna be together anymore.
Mhm. Arlen puts on her robe, and it's not too long or too short, but it doesn't quite, fit right, and it's a little bit loose. So, she takes a few creative liberties, and just making a few adjustments, with like some string or whatever. She actually makes the robes doable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. All right.
So- Does anybody have an idea of what might be inside?
Nothing good. Going off of all the things that were on the robes to begin with, nothing good.
Except, of course, the thing we must get.
I mean, we have to get something called an echo heart, which in itself is probably not good, but
Yes, it's also like a crystalline heart. So basically a heart of crystal.
that doesn't mean it's
I
not
feel like
drenched
it'd
in
be very
unknowable
obvious.
humors.
Ugh.
Anybody else got the song Heart of Glass in
I had like a prayer going.
And this is roughly the size of a heart, I'm assuming. So it could be anywhere in there.
Yes. I feel like we'll know it when we see it. I mean, it's got the name Echo Heart. And it
Maybe
is an
it'll
odd
actually
heart.
Yeah, maybe it'll actually produce echoes when we get close to it.
Well, all right. I guess I suppose I'm as ready as anyone.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Do these
Fun
robes have a hood on them?
Yeah, I'll say they do.
Cool.
I have to
You know,
take off my hat, put the robe hood up, put the hat back on.
over the hood.
I can't post the chat. I can't post the chat. Oh my gosh.
You know, Bethany, you know what's the nice thing about cathedrals are? There's a lot of places very high up to stand.
Ooh, let's go check it out. I'm
And
like,
lots of dark little corners.
I start skipping out.
Oh, boy!
Like, didn't need too much convincing.
So at this point, you all have also ascertained that it's one of those like midnight mass kind of things.
Oh boy!
Oh, of course it is.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. You can't just be doing that kind of stuff in broad daylight.
But there's less people.
So it is like 11:50, and you head out to go to the cathedral. It doesn't take you long to make it through the different areas, and with your disguises on, you're making even better time than usual. There's
Bring
you know,
out your
far-
dead clan.
right, far less people out here. The lamplighters are going around putting them out, like every other one gets put out. It's kind of like darkening up the city a little bit, and basically the glow from the electric dome is what lights the city at night. And you reach this massive cathedral. I forget, where did I say this was? Brightstone?
No.
I believe so. No.
Charter Hall.
It's
Charter Hall,
Charter
yeah.
Hall, yeah.
And it looks like, you know, one of those very iconic stone, like it's got the like flatter area in the middle and then two spires that go up on both sides, like, you know, just that very classic look to it. You do hear singing coming from inside. Both of the red oak doors are wide open, and like other people are just funneling in wearing the same robes as y'all. They're moving kind of quick though, like they don't want to be out in the open for too long. But what all of you spot that just like catches your attention straight away is that the local bluecoats have the streets like blocked off, and they're like basically providing security for these people to go in.
Huh.
Mm.
Curious.
Just kind of like pull my hood a little bit farther up.
Arlen's
suppose-
just
Yeah, we'll just
walking
cautiously
with
keep moving. Yeah.
purpose.
Cool beans.
Try to stay in the middle of the pack. If we can like blend in with other people going in.
I'm
Right,
nudging
right.
Bethany, like pointing at those two towers up there. I'm like,
I was kind of thinking, like, is there like, is it the only way in, or is there any way that we can kind of check out the surrounding and see if there's like a door through a kitchen or
I'm so glad that
window
you
or
asked.
window to a bathroom?
Yeah, there is.
Bethany dives through the window.
Yeah. So this, yeah, you know, this is the main way in, but there is like servant entrances in the back. That is actually pretty close to where Bram looted the robes from. There are some like single floor or like first floor windows that you wouldn't exactly be able to leap through, but you could use some teamwork to kind of like alley-oop.
I kind of nudge back and I kind of point at any of those alternate type of.
Anything
Yeah.
else?
You trying to go in through one of the windows?
Or the servant's door?
Yeah. Could probably get you through one of the windows pretty easily.
Okay.
I'll go help Bethany get through one of the
All
windows.
right. I guess I'll try to. God, I don't want too much of a distraction, but I want to try to keep the focus away from the window.
You got a match?
No.
What?
These robes don't have pockets.
What, you don't have your normal clothes on underneath?
No, I'm completely naked, aren't you?
Why did you do...
You are going to catch something from these things. The kid did not use that much soap.
It's very hot. I don't want layers.
Meanwhile, back at the bookstore, what's his face is like, "Oh, here's the soap."
I thought you were going to say, "Oh, hey, new pants."
This would have been mighty helpful with the robes. Oh, well.
You are going to catch something.
Son, I've caught everything there is to catch. And I've thrown them all back. Okay, never mind.
What in Sam Hill's immunities?
It's a wonder I'm not talking to ghosts yet. I feel like I've nearly died like 15 times already today.
This do anything for you? Ooh.
Ooh.
It's important to note for those viewers of ours, ghosts are a common thing in this world. They just they're not always hostile, but they just kind of like float around. They're very much a common sight. So yeah, it's definitely on the nose.
So I'm going to find the closest, I guess, ground floor window that I can find and test it to see if it's open. Trying to stay in what shadows are there.
Okay, give me a prowl.
A prowl, and because of
Prowl.
our crew, I think prowl gets +1. Yes.
Hey, chat, give me a D6 roll, would you? Exclamation mark D6.
Wow,
That'd
that
be
was
super
super
awesome.
close. 2 1s and a 5.
Dang. Okay. So the window does. So it's not locked. But it does have a bit of trouble opening. And it seems like it doesn't want to stay open.
Okay,
but-
so I have to hold it up for Bethany to
Right.
slip in.
Yes. But it is a sizable, like normal sized window. So like, Bethany's not having to army crawl or anything like that. Like you just climb in through a window.
Well, unlucky for you, also, I did wear pants under these robes. So,
Shame.
Also unlucky for you, I ate a can of beans and toast.
it was all we could afford.
Am I going to have to wash my face for the 3rd time this week?
Why do I always have pink eye?
I wouldn't recommend it. We wouldn't want you to catch a cold.
Hey, no. Whatever. Moving on.
Dark, broody, and serious is what this game was labeled as. Just so
Totally. Totally.
I mean, we are sneaking into a church of flesh,
That's
so
Yeah.
we're getting all the silly up front so we can get the creepy later.
I just think it's all silly. It's all silliness, all the way.
It
Okay,
Can
so
never be
Bethany,
serious.
who is boosting you into the window, or are you just trying to climb this thing like a jungle gym?
I mean, I get the help from Brahm, and then I try to climb the rest of the way.
Okay, fantastic. Give me. Let's see. What should we do on this one? I guess it would be another. It'd either be finesse or prowl, depending on how quiet you're trying to be.
Either one gets you a +1 from the crew sheet.
I got a 1, 2, and a 5.
5 does it. Oh,
5 will do it.
Hey.
we have the crew!
Hey!
The whole
Yeah!
crew!
Oh, where did you come from, Liam?
It's like I've been
Liam
here the whole time.
Comes creeping up from the darkness.
I thought I smelled cheese.
he like he Homer Simpsons out of the bushes. Just like,
Hello.
Oh, Liam, there you are, dear.
Like,
Finally
as,
joining
as
in.
Bethany is coming up into the window and Prom is like pushing her up, Liam comes over and is like, "What you guys doing?"
I got one hand holding the window, one hand pushing you in.
Just walks up behind and just shunts her into the window.
Oh, Liam.
um,
When it says something improves your effect level, does that give you a die, or is that what does that mean?
so the effect is, where did that go? I had it labeled in my book. Hold on.
Just out of curiosity.
There we go. Effect is page 24. Sorry, 1 second.
Rules question.
Books are hard. Books are hard. So, effects are: you achieve goals by taking actions and facing consequences. But how many actions does it take to achieve a particular goal? That depends on the effect level of your actions. The GM judges the effect level using the profiles below, which is limited, standard, and great.
Okay, so we're functioning at standard right now.
Yes.
Okay.
But it basically will. So a great action would be 3 ticks on a clock. Limited would be 1. Standard is 2. But since we're not really worrying about clocks right now, I'll just say that, like, if you get a greater, or you use something to get a greater effect, I'll just yes and what happened.
Okay.
So, Bethany, you get yeeted into the church. When inside, you are in a very dark room. You can see that there's multiple pots and, kitchen utensils and things like that. It definitely looks like maybe a prep kitchen, not necessarily like the entire kitchen. And you can hear like the choir singing from out in the main area.
Is there food around?
There's not any food in here.
Is there a pantry?
There is a pantry.
I'm going to the pantry.
And peeing on everything.
Oh, wait. I will lean out the window first and ask if Brown wants to also come in this way.
I'm gonna go to the servant's entrance real quick.
Okay. Then I'm going to go to the pantry.
Appreciate it.
So to catch Liam up, the crew has decided that they are going to go after the Echo Heart, which is being held in the Church of Flesh. They had managed to get an invitation, and they have some robes to disguise themselves as churchgoers. So right now, it's about midnight. The church is like letting people in. The Bluecoats are well aware of everything going on, and they've actually like blocked off streets and stuff so that people can get into the church easier. And when you popped in, basically, Brahm was hoisting Bethany into an open window. Hercule, I think you were just like critiquing, supervising.
I was, in case anybody was looking, I was going to distract, like the blue coats or whatever. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, their rolls were high enough that there was no
Yeah.
consequences. So, yeah.
I'm happy for that.
So, Arlen, what are you doing? Because everybody else kind
front
of
door. Because Arlen has the invitation, so
Yes, that's
Just-
true. I am. You know what? I am going to go through the main door, where the headmass is going through.
Does
Heck
Arlen's
yeah.
invitation come with a +1?
Yeah, I was wondering that, actually.
That's up to. Do you want to go with the 3 that are breaking and entering, or do you want to go with Arlen in the front?
Either
I
way.
don't. Yeah, I don't like the idea of Arlen being by themselves. Like having at least someone around as well in case like a hasty exit is needed.
Okay.
understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2 of you go up the stairs. You're kind of mixed in with the crowd and everything, and people are just kind of like flashing their coins. Like nobody's really checking that hard, and they're just like letting everyone in. And like the 2 people at the door that are supposed to be checking invitations are just like nodding. But it almost looks like maybe they're like falling asleep, nodding.
Nodding off.
Yeah. So the 2 of you actually kind of go with the flow, and you get inside to see huge cathedral area. There are actually 4 rows of pews that go up to the front. And standing up on like the what's that? Is it a parapet? The
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Pulpit.
Uh,
Pulpit. Yeah.
Pulpit. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Standing up there is the high priest, and he's wearing very elaborate, like gold coin, like gold necklaces and rings, and he's just blinged out. You can tell he's not skimming just a little off the top. He's taking half the plate.
Skimming a lot off the top.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But other than that, on the surface of all of this, it all looks like just a normal, everyday church.
So Bram is going to sneak around to the back where he got the robes initially and try to slip in through the servants' entrance.
Okay, and with Chat's roll of a 4, the servants' entrance is locked.
Well, I can do something about that. I have lockpicks.
Heck yo!
The one to do this. So, what do you think? Finesse?
Yep.
I have 1 point in finesse plus 1 from the crew sheet. Would the lockpicks add another 1, or would that just be it?
Yes, they would add another 1.
Excellent. 2 4s and a 1. I don't know what that means.
That means that it does work, but there is a consequence.
Lovely.
So,
That's exactly what I wanted.
it's not a bad one, not terrible. But you can also say, screw that, I don't want to take a consequence, and you will instead take 2 stamina or 2 stress.
No, I don't want any more stress. I'm already stressed.
Actually, I might have read that wrong. Oh no. Okay.
So very
That's for-
nonchalant.
That's for resistance. If you want to resist like a really, really bad consequence, like a 1.
Oh,
Okay. So you sitting there, you're picklocking, you're doing your thing, and a light turns on in the servants' room, and the door opens up, and you see one of the servants that does like work for the church and everything. They're wearing their robes and everything, and they're like, they look at you for a second, and they're like, "It's about time you got here. Come on, it's almost about to start. Come on."
Okay. I don't argue.
They get you in. They close the door. Hercule, what are you doing?
I think I'm just like that, like seeing the two of them like kind of disappear. I'm like,
I got yoinked inside,
Yeah.
so that's up to you.
Yeah, like there's time. Like if you want to pretend to be one of the servants and go with Brom, you can absolutely do that.
I guess I'm gonna run over there because I'm seeing you. That would have been the easiest path for me to follow.
Seeing you come around the corner, I'm like, get in here too. Sorry,
He grabs
he's
me,
a
and
little light too.
It's like a triple pull.
Love it.
We're doing a
Grabs
maypole
you-
rope now.
Grabs you by the robes to pull you in, and your robe lifts up just a
Careful,
little bit.
careful!
Woo, my dingle dangle.
It's quite cold out tonight.
Brisk.
Cut diamonds for those things.
That's brisk, baby. All right.
Blah.
Once everybody is in the cathedral, the doors close up. They, lock everything down, make sure that like nobody's going to be sneaking in and seeing things that they ought not to. The windows magically start to like tint themselves to where nobody can look inside.
That's a bit much.
The choir stops singing, and kind of like entering in through side doors into the mass is just these large hulking automatons made of like different body parts that have been stitched together. Very Frankenstein.
Okay.
Well, sorry, Frankenstein's monster.
Huh.
Thank you.
I need to position myself then. So, I had gone to the pantry to see if I could find food bits, like nuts or little pieces of food and stuff like that. Do I find anything?
Oh yeah, you find
Like beef?
pretty much anything
I
that you
mean-
could look for.
Okay, so I stuff my pockets with anything I can get my hands on, including like dry beans and nuts and stuff like that, because I'm going to
Pocket
use those as
cheese.
ammo too.
Yeah.
So, because I don't like to waste my really good stones. So if I can use like dry beans and like peanuts and stuff like that, that'd be better. So, but from that point, as the windows start to tint, I'm gonna try to sneak out of this prep area and see if I can find a high point to climb up to.
Sure. Are you trying to like sneak, or are you just trying to walk?
Sneak.
Okay, give me a prowl roll. Anybody else want to do anything specific?
I would like to slip away from the servant that's currently trying to escort us somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're trying to take you into the main like congregation.
No, I'm
Yeah.
staying back here in these like hallways, the servants' areas.
I got a 1, 4, and 6.
Oh, all right, 6. You find a high point without any complications.
Liam would like to survey the main area to just get a beat on kind of entrances, exits, who's going where, just a recon to understand what the flow of traffic is and possible threats.
I don't know if you want a finesse or a prowl roll to get away from the servant.
Either one.
I did finesse and I got a 4 and a 6.
Okay. You are able to get away from the servant.
And I'm kind of like trying to sneak around behind where the main altar thing is.
Okie doke.
Trying to stay out of sight. if at all possible.
Yes.
I'm fairly certain this place is pretty well shadowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hercule, Arlen?
I think I'm just I'm still going with the servants. I'm just like, oh my, where are we going? Oh my.
Well, real quick,
Stop grabbing my
Hercule,
robe. Stop grabbing my robe.
Holding it down.
as you're following the servant, they kind of go around behind the pulpit area and everything, and you actually catch a glimpse of like a sealed up door that leads down, like it would lead down under the church, kind of thing. And he's like, "Come on, we gotta get the tithing plate."
Right, lead the way.
Arlen, what are you doing?
I am observing the priest. Everything he's doing, how he's moving, and looking for specifically, like what motions or like what he grabs that catches her eye. Like she's making note of as much of this man as she can. Just
All right.
sort of going into journalist mode.
Fantastic.
Are you anyone I can blackmail?
Right.
Yeah. Pretty
So
much.
the congregation goes on pretty normally. It's about 2 hours long, and they pass around the tithing plates, and instead of putting money or anything like that, the people in the congregation like kind of slice their hands with a little ritual knife, and they just put a few drops of blood into the plate as they pass it around. And Arlen, you notice that throughout the entire like sermon and like just the whole thing, the entire church itself seems to react to the high priest. So like as he's moving his arms and making gestures and like raises his voice at certain points, the lights will kind of illuminate, they'll dim down for effect. Like even some points it almost feels like the church is like alive, like it's a breathing thing.
I don't like that.
I'm assuming they gave me this plate and I'm going around like passing it to the rows and
Filling
stuff.
it with blood.
And then
Yeah.
I have to like touch it again. I'm like, oh good God, I have to hold this.
Balance well or it's going to get on you.
But do I pass Arlen and Liam?
Yes.
Like, can I pass them? Okay. As I do, I'm going to be like, door behind the pulpit.
Give me your blood.
blood today, blood.
Are they using the same knife to cut themselves?
No, all of these people have their own.
Lovely.
Okay.
They are not naked under their robes.
So that was
Hercule
the
is
choice
the
that
only
Hercule made.
one.
I mean, Hercule has a different kind of knife. It's not one you want to be stabbed with.
Or maybe you do, depending on.
Liam got 2 4s on kind of his survey of the room and looking for possible threats. But with my bodyguard feat, I get a +1 to effect on gathering info in such situations.
Fantastic. So these like hulking flesh creation golems,
I
the
love that
more
description.
you're welcome. The more you like analyze them and kind of take in what they're looking like, You notice like a little bit more detail here and there that some very creative choices were taken with them. Like they did not skip leg day, for example. So they look like they would be very quick, very fast. They
They're not
also
the classic Dorito shape.
no. They also are all equipped with women's hands, which specifically have these like sharpened nails.
Okay.
They're definitely very combat oriented.
Okay. So they'd be fast on their feet, but is their upper body like super strong? Does it look like they'd be able to?
Oh yeah, they got like 12
Bench.
packs. Their biceps are huge.
Their
And how many-
have
Maybe in an
biceps.
arm wrestling competition.
Like their delts are so big that they can't wipe.
Oh. And how many of these were there? 2?
There's 6 of them.
Oh, never mind.
Cool story.
I thought they were just Shit!
Yeah, literally.
Liam is gonna discreetly kind of
Shit
like
his pants.
bump
and then move on.
Arlen. Right, exactly. Like nudge Arlen to get their attention, and then just kind of discreetly nod at the warriors, kind of trying to convey like, meh,
Buh,
meh.
buh.
Arlen nods her understanding. But she
Nods in misunderstanding. Like
yeah, no, she totally misunderstands. No. Nah, she gets what Liam's trying to tell her about the big things. So she clocks that, but she immediately goes back to the priest.
The high priest, you know.
Yeah, the high priest. She's
right on.
doing her best not to miss any clue.
The collection finishes up. They the other servant brings the plate up to the high priest and everything, and they kind of like pour it into basically where the holy water would go, like into a basin.
Love that.
And he just kind of like looks at Hercule and he's like, "Oh, come on."
It's like dripping, sort of.
Right.
Shuffle.
Just in here? Is this what?
In the
It's got little gritty floaty bits in it now because it
Started to coagulate, yeah.
the high priest, finishes everything up and he's like, "Thank you all for your donations. Your contributions are always appreciated. We love everything that you do for us. Each and every one of you is so special. Please, go in peace and know that the church has you covered." And people stand up, the choir starts singing, people start heading out. And as they do, all of you start to see, like, you can catch glimpses of some of the faces. You see there's some predominant figures in here, like the chief of the Blue Coats, the mayor of Whitechapel, or Charter Hall. I think Whitechapel is another place, though.
Some prominent figures.
Yeah, like,
I got you.
like, but there's also some very like poor people that you've seen, like urchins on the street kind of thing, like begging for coins and things. So it's definitely like a crazy mix in here.
Question for point of reference. Is this a Catholic style situation where the priest went out first with the ha and the sway?
Oh no,
No.
No,
Okay.
he's still standing up there. He's like watching everybody leave. As everybody's heading out, the golems head back into the door that they came from.
Considering I'm I'm kind of behind the altar, do I see if they're going into like the servants area or if it's separate?
It's separate. It's like just almost like an empty room where 3 of them go in on each side and they just like stand in the room.
So
Like,
that's a shutdown room. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's just their holding room.
Okay.
Does anyone have a tune?
No.
No.
A what?
A tune.
tune.
It's in the resolve tree.
I do not.
Okay. Cool. So we will
what's
have
this? I do
to
not. Nope.
we'll have to find another way. All right. So while everybody's clearing out, what are we doing?
All of the prominent people and the urchins, like everybody, are they all wearing robes also, or is there anybody in particular who's not?
Nope, they're all wearing the same, like those same robes that y'all are wearing.
Are
The
there-
only one that's different is the high priest.
Are theirs all covered in fluids?
So that is something I was going to bring up before and I forgot. It was one of those situations where, like, as you were passing around the plate, you noticed that, like, some of these people just, they were, like, so into what was happening that they were, like, weeping. Some people had actually wet themselves. Like, they were like all in on this thing.
Huh.
Oh,
I was like
no.
grimacing the whole time, and if they ever looked at me, I'm like, oh, yes.
I feel that too.
Yes.
What was the context of the mass? Like, did it seem strange? Was there references being made that would seem out of the norm?
Well,
So
it is a
have-
church of flesh.
Besides cutting
Right,
them.
that's why I'm like,
But
So have you ever seen the Conan movies?
it's been a minute.
yeah, a long time ago.
very
I've
similar
played
to
Conan Exiles.
it's the theme of this whole thing was that essentially flesh is stronger than steel. It's stronger than anything in the world because through manipulation and like being part of a group and a unit, you can achieve more than by yourself. You can be stronger than any weapon that exists. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool.
I guess I'm
Sorry.
just following the other servants again. Like, are we cleaning these bowls out? Where's the
Yeah.
sink?
They're like snuffing out candles,
Yeah.
wiping down pews, just that kind of thing.
You have a crust of bread to like sop up the rest of the stuff in the collection plate real quick?
Yeah. I guess I'm just like snuffing out candles too. I'm just
Right.
As the
I've convinced
parishioners,
myself I'm a servant now.
as the
Once
parishioners
all of the
are- sorry,
Go ahead.
as the parishioners are all exiting, are any of them approaching the high priest?
no,
No one is like approaching to like talk to. Does it seem like that would be uncouth to do so?
the high priest seems like very much adamant that everyone needs to get out.
Okay.
Arlen is going to kind of try and blend in with the servants a little bit, but she is making her way to see about the door that Hercule said about.
The behind the pulpit.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see the door is like it's magically sealed, definitely locked away, and would lead to something underneath the church. And everybody is leaving the church, so y'all are pretty much the last ones left. Now, I'm assuming you're not going to want to like take off because you want to see what's going on or what have you. So, with that
That's
being
kind of
said,
where I just want to double check real quick. So Arlen went to go check out the door, right?
Mhm.
Hercule went and kind of stayed with the servants. And Brom, you said you went back to the servant.
I'm behind the altar the best I could. I'm just kind of like,
You're just kind of staying there. And
Yeah.
Liam is where?
So, quick question, Ray. On the way in, I'm dusting off my Catholic Church knowledge.
oh no.
A lot of churches, I know, right? It's a lot of churches when you walk into them, the first like entryway, there's like bathrooms on the right or the left. There's stairs that lead up if there's a secondary like level. Is that the same with this church?
yes, except that the stairs lead up into the two spires at the front.
Okay.
You missed that part. So like the look of the church is like it's a single story like rectangle in the middle, and then the two spires that go up the sides.
Okay.
Like Notre Dame, probably, right?
Yeah.
Similar.
So Liam, I think, would probably try and go with the crowd, but then break off in that area and try and hide somewhere in the shadows if he needs to go up the stairs a little bit. So that way he's kind of, it looks like he left, but is also A, still in the building, B, near the exit, so he can like guard it, make sure nobody's coming in, nobody's going out unless it's approved personnel.
Okay.
In that case, because I mean, I was just trying to figure out where everybody is, because I was trying to figure out where I would be. So I'd seen Liam break away and go upstairs. So I'd kind of help him with a peanut, and
Big.
that way
Huh.
you could see where Bethany is up in like the rafters.
And Liam's
Got it.
unconscious. Great.
So that way you know where.
Undiagnosed
like,
and
your-
very serious peanut allergy.
Ah!
Can we say that you throw 2 peanuts and on the second peanut, Liam turns his head with like pinpoint accuracy and catches it in his mouth?
Crunchy snack.
Yes.
Fucking nuts.
And so that way you would know where your backup would be.
Awesome.
All right. So anybody that is trying to hide, go ahead and give me a prowl check.
Growl.
Prowl, and don't forget you get an extra die because of your super cool crew.
Ah, yes,
Sweet.
that's true.
So by default, we get at least 1 die, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
You get 1 die for trying.
Okay.
I got 2 6s and a 3.
2, 6.
Since
Ooh, thank God.
can I apply cloak and dagger since I've got the robe on as a swerve disguise to help with this?
Oh, also,
Sure.
if it matters, I have my shadow cloak, which improves your effect level when you sneak around.
Oh, dang. Okay, nice.
So
I
I'm
got
sneaking.
2s and a 4.
I got a 6
I
and a
guess
3.
I got a 6 and 2 3s.
Cool. Hercule?
Am I hiding?
I
You hiding?
don't know.
Just kind of with the servants.
Okay. All right, so you're just gonna hang out.
Yeah.
All right.
Blended in.
I'm like
Perfect.
I'm cleaning the place.
Yeah.
What are these peanuts?
Hello, I
Put
am-
peanuts
I
on the
am
ground.
Damn
No.
peanuts everywhere.
I am normal servant
I mean,
man. Don't
True.
worry
Because
about me.
in my head, I was thinking Bethany was kind of snacking on the peanuts while the math was happening, and probably dropped a few shells.
Yeah, like pistachio shells everywhere.
Like
No
she wasn't
respect
even
for the
paying
church, I
attention.
tell
She
you.
was just bored and just decided to start snacking.
One or two of them ended up in the blood fountain.
Right?
Oh.
So all of the servants, after everybody leaves and the doors are closed, all of the servants kind of line up on either side of this door.
That's not ominous.
And your friend Hercule is like, come on, get in line.
Okay, I guess I step in behind.
Jeez, man, gonna get us in trouble.
Sorry.
First day.
I couldn't think of
New
anything.
kid.
I couldn't think of anything.
It's my first day.
It's my first day. New kid.
I'm new. I don't know what to do.
I can't see shit out of this thing.
I was supposed
so-
to get training, but they skipped that day.
The high priest picks up the basin off of the podium and starts walking towards the servants. Hercule, I'll say you're like on the end closest to the door on one side, and
Okay.
your friend's on the other side. And basically, he walks along and stops at each servant, and they just like use their hands to help but not take, and they just like bring the bowl up and take a sip.
Okay.
Then the high priest,
You
The
want
high-
to drink random people blood.
the high priest turns to the other side and just like makes his way down. And as they all take drinks, you see that the magical sigil that's on the door begins ticking and turning like a clock. And as it does, you can hear, because you're close enough to the door, you can hear locks disengaging from the door. He gets to your friend, gives him a drink, and then turns around to you.
Is there anything near me on the altar that I can throw?
Well, I was.
The door needs to be
thinking kind of
unlocked.
the same thing.
Take one for the team.
Yeah, but I'm not part of that, am I? I'm not supposed to be here. Okay.
Oh, you're there.
God, I don't know
Do
how.
you want to
do it.
drink the
How do I-
unknowable humors?
Can I pretend to drink it? I don't know how I'm going to do that. Or can I just say I have diarrhea? I have to go to the bathroom right now.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I have to go right now. I'm sorry.
The tension of the situation has triggered my incontinence.
I'm like looking at Liam, like, what do I do? Do I like shoot it so it like spills? Like,
I'm assuming there were like hymn books or something
Mhm.
nearby. I think Liam would probably try and grab one and like toss it so it like goes away from him and it's like behind the back row, but it makes enough noise that they would hear it, and it would kind of distract them.
You
You ever dropped a book in a library?
yeah,
It's
you
that-
do
it's
that.
very
It's
much that.
so loud. And
Boom!
Hercule, since you are so close, you immediately see the face of the high priest completely change, and he becomes absolutely vampiric. As he turns to
What
look
was-
at the sound.
Okay.
Just like smear some on your face.
I know. I like
Yeah.
like rub a little bit around my lips and then like tilt it up and down and be like,
yummy, yummy.
Coppery. Mm.
My favorite.
Savory.
praise be flesh.
the forbidden Kool-Aid.
Oh, God.
Delicious. This is a great batch today.
It now becomes very apparent to all of you, taking in everything that's going on, that all of the servants are
It's like
ghouls, and the high priest is a vampire.
Oh, great.
Um,
Fantastic.
I'm gonna die. I'm in between all of them.
You got this, Hercule.
So the high priest turns, and you see like the sigil turns a little bit more, and the final lock undoes. So just so you know, it was the high priest doing the unlocking as his servants took a drink. I just kind of wanted to see if you would go through with it.
You see us all
Oh, yes.
panicking for him.
Woo!
The door opens up, and you see like a marble staircase that leads down into a very red chamber, and you hear a heartbeat thumping.
These are the big main double doors? Or is this the,
No,
the locked
the-
door?
Yeah, the locked door.
Oh.
Think of it as like cellar doors.
Oh.
Like it's like the size of one door, but it's two.
Mhm. I get you.
And that was the door behind the parapet that Hercule was talking about.
Yep. And all of the servants scatter, and the high priest walks down inside with what's left of this bowl.
Just him. No one follows him.
Yep, just him.
Do the doors close after him?
They do not.
I will try to sneak my way out from behind the altar and follow.
Same
All right.
here.
Yeah, as long as nobody else is there, like the hulking masses and the ghouls have left, yeah, Liam would head that
Yeah.
direction as well.
Okay. Anybody that is following down, sneaking along, roll a prowl check.
Ah, crap.
With a +1 from the crew.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And don't forget, you can take 2 stress to roll an extra die if you feel like you might need it.
1, 2, and 6.
Ooh.
2
I
4s
got
and
a
a 3.
5.
There is the devil's bargain, but I haven't really looked into that too much yet.
Fair enough. I got a 5 and a 3.
2 4s for Liam.
Okay.
1, 3, 5. I took 2 stress.
Okay.
I had to.
There was no other option. And Bethany, what did you get? I'm sorry.
2 4s and a 3.
2 4s and a 3. All right. You all sneak down behind the high priest. That part of it, totally fine. The part that kind of sucks is after you're all down in there and the high priest gets over to the center of the room, the doors do close behind you.
Just hear the Pink Panther theme. As we're all going in a single file line down the stairs following him.
Right.
Matching footsteps.
Yeah, like
That Pink Panther theme is actually Bethany humming.
dun, dun, dun. So when you get
It's
down
like that
in
whole
this
prop
area,
Stealth
you
moments.
see a massive circular room. The walls are actually like flesh, like on the inside. Like you,
I like that. I
you
like
are
that.
like in the internal organs of the church.
Oh, we found Conrad Kurz's bedroom.
Oh,
Nobody
one
gets
Is this
Right.
time where-
Oops, sorry.
Ah,
the one
there-
time where a church organ is a organ.
Oh.
Is
I
this,
I had
the,
to. I
I
had
is
get
this
it.
the Leviathan flesh that's gone that they've been buying up?
It
It's just
does,
been
in fact.
Decorating the wall?
It does, in fact, seem that way.
I hate
Great
Bone,
Liam.
bone, like grows from the walls, and it holds in place, like about 3 or 4 feet in the air, just kind of like chilling. Is a clay pot in which the high priest begins pouring the blood, and as it goes in, you see it become this red gelatinous, like, Jello.
Substance. Pots, yeah.
And from inside of the pot, you can hear the sound of a heart beating.
I'm curious. I may regret this. But I want to know what happens when Bethany reaches out and tries to tickle the wall.
Oh God. Oh God.
Not what I expected. I thought you were going to shoot the pot.
That's kind of what I was hoping for. All right, but you know, leave it to Tofu. Give me finesse.
Finesse is also one of the team ones, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, or consort.
I have consort. Okay, I'd rather do that. Oh, doesn't matter. I rolled a 6.
Oh,
Nice.
all right.
There we go.
I hate it. So you begin tickling the wall, and it reacts much like someone being tickled. Like you can feel it like tensing up and everything, and the whole room begins to like shake.
I look at the rest of the group and I'm like,
The heartbeat begins to speed up,
Oh God.
and
Perfect.
the priest kind of starts getting like a strange look on his face as he's pouring this in. He's almost done.
Is there anywhere? I'm assuming we're like at the base of the stairs. Is there anywhere to hide?
Nope.
So this is just a wide open circular room. He's got his back
Yeah.
to us. There's
By
no
chance-
other like doors or offshoots.
Nope.
It's all
No.
flesh.
All flesh.
like
By chance, would there have been a ritual dagger on the altar that I could have snagged before we came down here?
Well, it
Flashback.
sounds like, yeah, I was gonna say this sounds like it might have been a flashback. So you can, let's see, to steal a dagger or something like that. I'll allow a finesse
Okay. I've got finesse.
or a hunt.
I don't have hunt. I have finesse. That's a 6. That's a 6 and a 1, but a 6.
Nice.
You were able to snag up a ritual dagger.
Cool. And I'll pull out the ritual dagger and try to huck it at the pot.
Oh, okay.
All right, now we're getting into some shit.
I don't like anything that's happening right now.
Hey.
Roll skirmish.
Oh, hey, I actually have skirmish. That's 6. There it is.
Nice.
I
I had to stop rolling.
All right. You throw the dagger, it flies through the air, misses the high priest, and smashes the clay vat wide open. This
Great.
gelatinous blood jello splashes out all over the floor, and hovering in the air is a crystalline heart,
Figured.
the shape of a human heart.
Mm.
And once it's like exposed into the air and everything, it does like a heartbeat, which almost just disorients all of you.
The
Think of
echo.
like, yeah, like think of when, on TV when
Scorpio.
something like psychically thrums.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
We just got
shock
a
waves almost. Yeah.
chat redeem for inspo if we want to actually use it.
Ooh.
Nice.
It's at this point the high priest turns around, very vampiric, very upset. His fangs are hanging wide out, and he looks straight at Brahm.
Can I? While Brom had thrown it, after the I saw the dagger going, could I have just snuck up behind the vampire priest while, like, right after the dagger is flying? And from my hair, I'm gonna grab my silver hairpin which is actually a very sharp dagger, sharp and arrow, and be standing there holding this hairpin dagger right at the priest's throat. Or, no, his heart. Basically where his heart would be.
First roll Prowl to sneak up on him.
Okay.
Chat, give me a d6.
Oh boy.
With all
Never
this
roll
going
back.
on, Liam just sighs and shakes his head and slips his brass knuckles on.
I got a 6 and a 4. For
Okay,
Prowl.
so you're able to sneak up on him.
Cool.
4. Okay. Yeah, you sneak up on him, and you have the needle, like, or your hairpin, like, at his heart or
hairpin
whatever.
Dagger. Yeah.
All right, so that's Brom, Arlen, Liam, Hercule, and Bethany. What are y'all doing?
I guess as soon as he turns around, I'd be like, High Priest, I'm here to just clean the heart. I thought you might need some help.
Just standing
I know.
there.
Oh my!
Goodness,
What seems to be happening?
let
in
all
this
these people
vicinity?
down here.
How did you all get in here?
I probably
Where did I
panicked.
get in here?
I probably panicked seeing several things happen at once.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just delighted that I just tickled the wall. And then all of a sudden, a dagger starts flying, and Arlen is sneaking in the direction of the vampire. So I'm like, wait, what's going on? So when he turns, I just want to throw a handful of, like, the dried beans I had in my pocket at him.
Okay.
Pocket beans.
Like, because I only know long distance, so that's all I can think of right now is Bethany is just like pelting him with stuff like at a distance.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for that.
Right in the forehead.
You're gonna do skirmish.
I got a 5.
5. Okay. he turns around and so roll a 4. So he got 6, 6, and 4. So he turns around, sees Arlen standing there with this silver dagger, and then gets like a handful of peanuts to the face. Like,
Oh god.
Probably the weirdest day in his life.
oh, he looks so confused and simultaneously so angry. So at this point, we should probably figure out initiative.
Yeah.
I don't think this game actually has initiative in the traditional sense. I think it's just kind of like, hey, do something. But I'm going to check the index just in case.
Yeah.
Nope, there is no initiative. It is not a thing. So I'll say with his roll then, because he didn't really get to use it, he is still very confused, very upset, grabs Arlen's wrist that's holding the dagger, and he's like, how did you get in here? No matter. This will be the last place you all ever see.
I highly doubt that. let's see.
So, Arlen, I need you to make a prowess roll.
Prowess?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's right. I remember how to do this. I got 2 for this. 8. Alright, cool. I got 6 and 1.
Nice.
All right. So, yeah, he like lunges forward and bites down on you. But unfortunately, with your amazing resistance roll, tell me how he misses.
Gets a chunk of the robe.
I
Like, yeah,
see.
like you see him coming in, fangs just shining, ready to turn you into a vampire.
Yeah. As he comes down to bite Arlen, imagine he has a knot let go of Arlen's wrist. Arlen takes her other free hand and just basically like does this and ducks to the other side.
Nice.
So she's kind of like this, like, no, sir, you did not ask.
He's against your hand going.
Yeah.
You did not ask. I like that. Not
did
today,
not ask.
Strahd.
Not
Consent,
okay.
consent.
You did not have my consent.
And that brings it to all of your turns.
Woo!
As he goes to bite her and like kind of flies past because she gets out of range, Liam's fist would like to be waiting there to like
Skirmish
full
it.
on, like he doesn't see Liam coming because Arlen's in the way. He's going for Arlen. Arlen does her bob and weave, and right hook just comes straight up to the face.
I don't know. Would you call that skirmish or wreck?
My preference would be skirmish.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Reroll that one. My hand hit it. Okay. 2 3s and a 5.
Yeah, all right. You're like, bink, and all of you hear like that metal and bone crunching sound
Yeah.
as Liam's brass knuckles just wreck this guy's face.
So, not being a combat specialist, I would like to first try to whip the robe off as best I can. Just pull it off, and then run past this little tableau in front of the makeshift altar and try to throw the robe over the heart.
Nice. Hell yeah. You don't even have to roll for that. You cover it up, and the psychic like echo that kept happening every time it beat no longer affects any of you. You hear it as a normal like Edgar Allan Poe kind of thing.
I did a thing.
Yes, well
I'm
done.
helping. I don't know if that's like my full turn or if I can keep going.
Let's say that's what's going
Okay.
for right now. Bethany, what are you doing?
The door is still closed behind us, right?
Yes.
I'm going to try to open the door.
Open the door.
I mean, is it locked?
Yeah.
Locked? Like, I'm tugging on it.
Is it magically sealed again?
Yeah.
So it is magically sealed, but an attune check would allow it to be open. I guess
you're rolling-
command would also work.
If you're rolling with no dots in something, you roll two dice and take the lowest.
Right. But you
You
can
can
also
always roll.
you can take 2 stress to get 1 dot or like 1 positive die.
Right. And then you just roll the 1.
So what does stress do?
You can spend it to like make a consequence less. But once you get like 6 of them, you take a trauma. So it's kind of like your hit points, but they're also like a resource pool that you can use.
My sheet shows 9.
Is it
Oh.
9?
If you say 6, then it's 6. You're the GM.
Oh no, you're right. It is 9.
Okay.
Well, then I'm gonna go ahead and take the stress.
Okay.
And my dice roll is 5.
Not bad.
All
I,
right.
also, I had to test my dices a few times because I was like, are these like bad dice where they just keep rolling rolling 5s. But I did get a 1 a couple of times. So I was like, no, they're fine.
So
if it's 6 stress before we get a trauma, I'm real close.
you are able to open the door. So how would you go about doing that as Bethany?
Oh, I would start yanking on it in a panic, and I'd start screaming over my shoulder, let's get out! and like Ron's like throwing the robe over the heart, and I'm like, just grab it, let's go!
His first job is going great.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yes, fantastic.
Smooth.
We're about to destabilize a huge religious faction in the city. No biggie.
Oh yeah, totally no biggie. You're only taking the heart of the church.
Yeah.
Bethany, you get the door to open. Brom, when you cover the heart, when you cover the heart and like get hold of it or whatever, the room starts to like shake, but not like being tickled, like it's about to come apart.
Oh, great.
It's angry.
So who is next?
I think the only person who hasn't acted is Hercule.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna find. Is there like
Get to the chopper.
like a bowl or a pan or like any object I can use?
There's
as
the
a
bowl
club.
that he was using to pour the blood. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll grab that. I'm gonna smack him on the head with it.
Yes.
But as I'm doing it, I want to say we're gonna head back to the hive, right, everybody? The hive. That's the group we're part of. The hive.
The Hive.
Yes, the hive.
Yes.
The
We
hive.
are
right.
busy.
Like,
we, are,
whatever, let's just go.
we are busy little bees. The Hive.
So you want to skirmish?
Yep.
Good. I have nothing in skirmish. So.
Don't forget there is player inspo. So I believe that's like roll with advantage. I know it's for D&D, but we'll use it here too. You'll get an extra D6, we'll say.
So I have none. That would make it 2.
One.
Cancel out the
lowest.
disadvantage.
No, just rolling 1 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if you use the player inspo, if you take
Yeah.
2 stress, you can roll another D6.
No, I'll just do the player inspo. I got a 5. So.
Okay. Yeah, there's that lovely bong, and the high priest goes down. He is unconscious.
Oh, my head. Oh.
Oh, my head. Yes,
So
exactly.
bad. 1, 2, 3 hits to my head.
Ah.
Let's see,
Subtle.
I never consented. Let's go.
Oh,
I'd
all
like,
of us.
I'd like to point out, as PR Scorpio is saying, that is Ray had warned us that we were going to be doing a heist, and like in my head, I had this image of us doing it all smooth, like and all sneaky, and hang me from the rafters.
Some Mission Impossible stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, here we are punching a vampire.
Yeah.
Beating him to death with a metal bowl.
Now, but okay, let's be honest here though. Any heist movie or book or anything, has it ever gone smoothly?
That's true.
No.
Especially if it's the first time.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah.
Very true.
It is a totally new crew.
And our first time is going against a vampire.
And he's
Right.
cool. Don't forget his minions.
Oh yeah.
So he's currently unconscious. Bram
Yes.
has possession of the Echo Heart.
Yes.
I'm gonna wrap it up real quick and like
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
football.
Does it seem like the vampire priest is like close to death? I know he's unconscious, but is he close to like finite?
No.
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 Does do I know that if we could kill a vampire, or is this like stake to the heart, chop off the head situation?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to kill a vampire, but with him being unconscious, you Yeah, like you basically just disembody them.
So,
if
Liam's
I
gonna
have,
turn
like-
to the group and be like, we can't leave him alive. He's seen all of our faces.
What if I have like garlic bulbs in my pocket? Can we like
From the
put
Arlen.
pants.
one in his mouth while he's unconscious?
Arlen still has her knife and or like her hairpin dagger, and she's like, "Do you think this will do it?"
I mean, do we know if like the hairpin, if it is true silver, if it would finish him?
Bram's got the heart under his arm like a.
I would have anything other than true silver hairpin.
Bram's got the
I'm
heart
just
wrapped up
asking
in a
for
robe.
clarification.
Bram's got the heart wrapped up in a robe under his arm. He comes over and pulls out from a pocket. It's a little like bone and sinew fetish. It's a spirit bane charm. It's like, maybe we could shove this in his mouth.
I
Put
wonder,
your little
like,
toy away. I don't know.
Yeah,
What
it's
is that gonna-
basically
if,
so
is
it's
it just
basically like-
dismembering, or is it like going? You have to find him in his like casket or whatever. And, like D&D, don't you have to like find him in the casket, like kill him in the casket?
Depends
Because he
on
like goes back
strength
there
of
or
the
whatever.
vampire.
Yeah.
So basically, all this works out to be is they have 12 stress boxes instead of 9, and they have like supernatural powers. So it's basically like he's unconscious. Y'all just chop him up at this point.
All right.
Because
Okay.
these, so vampires in Blades in the Dark are not traditional vampires.
Okay.
They are spirits that have possessed a living body and have stayed too long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
So
Yeah, I
I
guess you
stick
can.
my charm back in my pocket and just like whatever.
I just get
Yeah.
to work with my knife.
Yeah,
Well, we got
Liam.
the ritual dagger, right?
Yeah, the ritual dagger.
Yeah, I could grab that
Oh,
back
yeah.
from the shattered
That
pot.
would work too. Yeah.
the metal bowl. I'm assuming Liam
Right,
with his
just chopping.
strength
Chopping
Yeah.
with the edge of it.
I'm like holding the arm.
So
Here,
with
let me-
all
let
of
me get
you,
this area while you get the bowl, while you go at this angle with that knife. Yes, there we go.
all of you are basically like draw and quartering this poor vampire.
Bethany is just
and
standing back there, horrified.
that's,
At the door, going.
I'm keeping the door open just to make sure it doesn't accidentally lock on us again.
right. But that is where we're going to end our episode for this evening with
Dang it,
all
man.
of you taking care of business with the vampire.
Cleaning
You did get the Echo Heart, so we can resolve that on Discord, or we can save it for the next episode and just kind of tie up that loose end in the beginning. Or you can just hold on to the heart and go on a whole nother mission, and hopefully it goes smoother. We'll
What's
see.
the transplant?
Yeah. But thank you very much to chat for joining us. Your die rolls and all of your commentary were so spot on and perfect. And thank you to this super amazing cast of creatives who joined me for nonsense, nonstop. I did not think
It's Greg's next
Very
upgrade.
serious and dark game.
like okay,
It's
I
very
expected
serious.
like some silly, right? Like there's always some silly because that's just who we are, right? I did not expect this many clippable moments. Like there's so much that happened, and it was all hilarious. So thank you all very much for that. I really appreciate you all being with me tonight and getting this done. Yeah, so thank you all very much. If you feel like checking out some of our other friends, let's see what we got. Dark Domains has a Supernatural game on Saturday. So check that out. That's like with the Winchesters and stuff like that in that realm. And then on Sunday over on STG, we are doing our flagship game, Shattered Dawn, which is our own creation. And we're like kind of making some little edits and changes. So we're working on 3rd edition while we play. It's very Wheel of Time coded. So check it out. And yeah, with that being said, I'm going to roll our exit video, our outro. So everybody enjoy that, and we will see you all next game. Bye, everybody.
Oh, is it time for the credits? Hey, thanks for watching. come along. Together we are so, so strong. Our Discord is a second home. Hang with us and you'll never be alone. Hey, thanks for watching. We hope you keep the chaos coming here at Shattered Tabletop Games.